Hello, and welcome to the Hey Boomer Show, which is live every Monday on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. My name is Wendy Green, and I am your host for Hey Boomer. Hey Boomer is a show for those of us who are never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream. I'm on a mission to inspire and encourage people in this next act of life to find new beginnings, to transition out of endings, and to find and to evolve to who they want to be. That mission is the fuel that keeps me going, but we're going to talk more about fuel in just a minute. And I hope you find inspiration and motivation. And Thelma, I have to tell you, I saw Thelma's post. She says, watching two of my faves today, and that made me smile as I came on. So thank you, Thelma. I want to thank Rhodes Scholar also for being a sponsor for Hey Boomer. Rhodes Scholar is the not-for-profit leader in educational travel, and they offer expert-led adventures to all 50 United States and to over 100 countries. Learning with Rhodes Scholar is really one of my favorite ways to travel, and you can find an amazing collection of travel adventures at their website, ROAD scholar.org/heyboomer. And on December 6th, I am hosting a webinar with let me start that over. On December 6th, I am hosting a webinar with Rhodes Scholar about the Costa Rica trip that I am sponsoring for Hey Boomer friends and followers. That's going to be in June of 2023. So on this webinar, we are going to be talking about the itinerary of the trip. So one of the guides of the trip will be with us, and we're going to be talking about what we're going to do. So that website is bit.ly/heyboomer-Costa Rica. So join us on that webinar, learn about the trip, and hopefully come on the trip with us. Before I bring Anna on, I just want to share an experience that I had with her this morning. We did a joy fuel experience, fuel, F-U-E-L. And as I said, my mission is the fuel that keeps me going, but there's more to that. It's the joy fuel. I love helping other people and inspiring through this show. In my work with Anna this morning, I realized that I was not fueling myself in the way that I need to be fueling myself. And I had some really nice insights, and in fact, took the first step already today based on some of those insights. And I can't wait to learn more. She has the tools, the wisdom, the experience, the intuition to be an amazing purpose guide. So I can't wait to introduce you to her and bring her on. And so I'm not going to wait anymore. Hi, Anna.
Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on. This is going to be an amazing show. So let me do a quick introduction of who you are and why you're here. So you were a teenager when you first got involved with working with senior living facilities as a volunteer. And you have along the way worked with programs and services and technologies in the senior living space. As Anna gained experience, she developed enrichment programs for older adults, all living in inclusive care for the elderly, continuing care retirement communities, independent assisted living and memory care settings. She led CCRC and skilled nursing engagement programming. She served as the chief purpose officer at one of those facilities. But throughout her career, Anna has witnessed how purpose builds resilience and improves wellness. That's important. Her mission has become helping people define and activate their purpose in life and in work. And to support that mission, Anna began building the purpose equation in 2018, which is an evidence-based framework that guides individuals to discover their unique purpose. And we're going to talk about that and its purpose that we all have inside of us, right, Anna, that we're going to discover.
Yes.
So thanks for being here.
I'm so glad to be here. We're talking about my favorite topic.
It is, and it's an interesting topic because so many people think purpose with a capital P,
Yes.
right? It's like, oh my gosh, if I'm not stopping world hunger, I don't have a purpose. So, how do you address that?
I start off by, first of all, telling people that if you think your purpose is your job or a specific goal that you need to achieve in order to have your purpose come to life, that's not right. I'm sorry to tell you, but your purpose is inside of you. And your purpose is really what is the motivational force inside of you that you were born with that excites you about life,
Mm.
that helps you engage with others to find meaning. It's really an energy within you that helps you to give and get meaning every day. And you can share your purpose through your job, through roles, by achieving goals. But the big P, purpose, I don't even believe that it exists. I don't believe that purpose has, you know, a specific goal or role. Your purpose is something inside of you that wants to be every day. And the more you lean into who you are as a being, and the more you're in touch with that and can share that every day, the more likely you are to have big goals and to achieve big things. But that's
Mm.
really not what it's about. And I don't think that's what life is about.
I really like that because it takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah.
And yeah, and one of the things we discovered in the Joy Fuel session we did today was, where I get my purpose or I get the fuel for my purpose is through engaging authentically, intimately with people and engaging in natural settings and in my environment and the sensory experience. And so I love that. I love how it fuels my purpose, how it fuels me, but how does that translate into my purpose?
Okay. So your purpose for a overview type of definition is how you give and get meaning and joy every day. So you need to have some fuel inside of you so that you have the energy to give and get that meaning every day. And I believe that that energy comes from joy.
Mm.
Joy is deeper than happiness. Research shows that joy can improve your immune system, it can make you feel happier, it improves your overall health and wellness. And so, human natural source of joy, I mean, sense of purpose comes from joy. Joy is like putting on your own oxygen mask first so that you have the energy, the desire, the motivation to then be able to share your purpose with others. So, any experience that I do having anything to do with purpose starts with joy. And the idea is that when you get enough joy to light you up from the inside out, then it makes your purpose more tangible, so to speak.
Mm.
It's easier for us to examine from different perspectives to be able to find the essence and the core of who you are naturally so that you can then share and amplify that with others.
Okay, so that's beautiful. And I'm curious, in senior living facilities,
Mhm.
a lot of times society believes that as we age, we lose our sense of meaning and purpose. What have you seen in the senior living facilities that got you going on the importance of purpose?
We could spend 5 hours on this. There's two things. One is I have witnessed residents, as they're called in senior living, older adults living with such a deep sense of purpose, of a desire to give and get meaning out of every day, that they inspired me to figure out what is going on, that you are living with dementia, you are living with multiple chronic illnesses or challenges. Life is different than what it was 20 years ago. When you're 80 and 90, it's different. But what is going on with this energy that these older adults were running circles around me and persevering through what I thought on the outside looked like really challenging times? What they taught me is that it was their sense of purpose, this innate desire to engage and to share in very specific ways that fueled them. And I wanted to figure out what was that.
Hmm.
And then the other thing is I've done a lot of research. I think I have a PhD in life experience and 25 years learning from older adults. And all of the research shows that humans need to have a sense of purpose, kind of to survive, definitely to thrive.
Mhm.
And what frustrated me was that in senior living, we all talk about purpose, but what are we actually doing to, one, help individuals discover their unique purpose, and two, to create environments that help this individual purpose flourish and spread among the community? So
So
that's really where I've been focused.
yeah. So what did you do? How did you come up with this purpose equation, and what is it?
So the purpose equation is a framework that's evidence informed. I train a purpose guide. I have a training and certification program to teach a purpose guide how to listen for and feel and hear purpose. And they follow this framework that helps an individual to discover and define and identify and celebrate their purpose from many different perspectives. So we start with looking at joy. Then we look at values, and this is all gamified. There's all games and discussions that are built into the framework. Then we look at natural strengths from positive psychology. Then we look at personality based on the big five. And where all of these different evidence-based perspectives intersect, that's a person's unique purpose. And it is absolutely unique. Everyone I know is here for many reasons, and they are born with certain framework within their brain, their personality, their strengths, even how that experiences shape them, to have a unique way of looking at the world, of noticing the world, and engaging in the world. And so, where these perspectives intersect, a person through the purpose equation actually discovers their own purpose. I think I do have intuition for purpose. Maybe it's from all of the experience. But what makes the purpose equation different than, say, StrengthsFinder is that you don't take a survey and it says, and here's your purpose, now go live in it. It's a completely self-directed experience where a person sees their purpose revealed to them throughout these 6 experiences. And
Well,
that's
so
so powerful.
yeah, and certainly just the hour we spent today on the joy fuel was powerful, seeing sometimes some things about yourself, but you don't embrace them,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, I think that we are so busy living and doing, right? Staying busy and doing, that
Mhm.
we forget to take the time for self-care and the fuel that gives us. So if someone goes through this purpose equation process with you and they come up with, well, here I am, this is my purpose. Now what do I do with this?
Oh, then the real beauty in life begins. Because the purpose equation, again, there's 2 parts of the equation that a person discovers and defines for themselves through the experience. And it's an equation made of words because 'cause I'm not good at math. I will count on my fingers, and it's anyway, I'm okay with that, I think. But the numerator of the equation is what I call the science of the equation.
Okay.
It's looking it's a way to help a person step back and kind of look at themselves from these different angles to objectively, systematically, with fun, define what their strengths, personality traits, and values are. And then the denominator of the equation is your natural ways of moving through the world, noticing what excites you, how you interact with others, how you help others, that's based on that purpose stack, the science of the equation. So once a person creates their equation, it's a roadmap. Or somebody said to me the other day, and I love this, it was like a fingerprint, your unique fingerprint
Oh.
or purpose. The equation gives you specific ways that you can interact in the world every day to give and get meaning. So it serves as a roadmap for applying your values, applying your strengths, and also noticing when you're not able to do those things, how to get back in alignment with your purpose. So it's really
Mm.
like a toolkit of words that have been deeply examined and embraced throughout the experience to help people stay in alignment.
S So my audience totally resonates with this, right? Everybody that's listening is insightful. They look at themselves
Yeah.
and certainly, I do this a lot, but the work with you this morning was insightful to me as well. Um, but how do you explain this, say, to a corporate environment where you're trying to get them to understand the importance of purpose for their employees in the work that they're doing?
Well, first and foremost, humans, as I said at the beginning, humans need purpose in order to be focused, in order to be motivated, in order to have clarity on what's important and what they need to do, and in order to have hope and a future outlook. So, for companies, if you can help your employees, first of all, look inside and understand their unique purpose, and then give them tools to activate and share that purpose at work, the results can be incredible. Your employees who are able to live in and share purpose with intention through their work, in team meetings, through projects that they're doing, through making deeper connections with colleagues because they have words to explain how they communicate, how they interact. It increases productivity, it increases engagement. Um, People who have a sense of purpose through work are 6.5 times more likely to report feeling resilient versus burned out. Uh, and the truth is that at least 70% of people, and I'm quoting this from Gallup and McKinsey, are wanting to have a sense of purpose at work.
Oh, yeah.
We
Especially
spend so much of our time there. And if people are just showing up and surviving at work, I mean, from a company perspective, if you have your employees are just surviving and getting through the day, what does their output, innovation, um, growth mindset, what does that look like versus if they are fueled and motivated and they feel seen like as a human at this core level by their teammates, by their manager. It's just, it lights up life in a way that's almost undescribable. And I've been doing purpose equations with people in senior living, starting with sales and marketing directors who are
right.
under a lot of pressure. It's
Yeah.
Q4. It's time to, close the books and push through for the end of the year. How do you still stay motivated when the pressure is always on? How do you
Yeah.
stay resilient? How do you keep showing up with the energy to build those meaningful relationships and discover what it is that lights up prospects? Purpose. Purpose really
Well,
is a mindset tool in many ways.
yeah, and Elizabeth just quoted that joy is the key and humans need purpose to have
Yes.
hope. So I love that. Thank you,
Can I just
Elizabeth.
say, this is me on my soapbox. The
Okay.
research is overwhelming that humans need purpose. I can share hundreds of stories of helping people discover their joy and their purpose. The reason that I do it is because, one, I see people light up afterwards, and I see them make decisions and take control of their life in a way that they didn't before. Whether they are starting a career, in mid-career, getting ready to retire, or retiring. But look at my website. I have evidence there because I love research. I'm a lifelong learner. The evidence for humans needing purpose, for health, wellness, grip strength, maintaining mobility, reducing mortality, it's overwhelming. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now.
No, that's good. So I like that. So her website that she referred to is thepurposeequation.com. There's a lot of good information there. And, you too can sign up for that Joy Fuel experience that I had this morning. One thing you said that I think was really helpful that you said just now, and you
Mhm.
said when we did our experience, was that it gives you a vocabulary to share with others
Yeah,
about, what you need to fuel yourself. It's not just like saying, "Oh, I need you to be nice to me," or "I need,
yeah.
my quiet time," or whatever. It's, "I need this to fuel myself so that I can give back more, but that I can also re-energize myself." And you can be very specific about those things once you've gone through the experience.
So humans think in stories. And this was part of my research too. For those of your listeners who are interested, Google narrative identity. Narrative identity. The essence of this is that we're all telling ourselves a story about who we are. And many of us are not really aware of what that story is. Sometimes, actually often, that story is kind of filled with words that are not uplifting, or the fears are overtaking the story, or your story is based on, I should do this, or
Mhm.
your story is based on what you aspire to do or who you aspire to be. And what the purpose equation does is it brings you back inside and grounds you in the truth of who you are naturally and helps you write a new or updated story for yourself about all the things that are right with you. Because we all have so many things that are right with us, our values, our strengths, what brings us joy, how we help others. And when we can weave our internal narrative based on these words, it's energizing. It clarifies life. It clarifies how to make our next decision. And when we have the words to describe our purpose, how we give and get meaning to others, I'm telling you, it's like a relationship connection hack. If you can share with your partner or your friends or your colleagues how you get joy, and they can then notice when you're in a state of joy, that's magical. It's magical,
You just answered my next question.
and it creates stronger relationships.
I
My
wanted to
whole
know
thing
about
is
that.
I wanna get through the BS. What I have learned from older adults is that when you're 90 years old, you still feel like you're 22 inside. You still have this story that you tell yourself about who you are. But the
Mhm.
beauty of the opportunity to grow older, and again, this is based on research, is that as we grow older and eventually we have fewer years ahead of us just by doing the math than we do behind us, we naturally start focusing on what really matters.
Mhm. And I was going to ask about relationships. Like, how does knowing where your joy comes from, knowing your purpose, impact your relationships with others and, obviously with your work?
Well, it helps you belong to yourself. And I'm taking that from Brené Brown, but she's so right. You can't really truly have authentic relationships with other people until you have an authentic relationship with yourself. And a way to affirm who you are naturally, to boost your confidence, to help you get through life's inevitable ups and downs, is to have a deeper understanding of who you are and what motivates you to keep putting one foot in front of the other when life gets hard. And so when you can belong to yourself and love your purpose, you automatically have a channel to connect with others in an authentic way that, first of all, I think it accelerates knowing your purpose and sharing it. It accelerates relationship development because you have a way to get to and connect with other people in a way that's really meaningful. And then, second of all, what I have seen over the years, especially with couples, is that knowing each other's purpose, it really increases patience, understanding, and tolerance of other people. Because when you know what someone's purpose is and you can see them giving and getting meaning, the judgment falls away. And it's almost like you can see that person's light shining and it becomes more of a celebration of who that person actually is rather than who you wish they were or that one annoying habit that bothers you.
So that could be a cool Christmas gift to give a partner to have a joy fuel experience. And then you both get to have that opportunity to have a discussion about what fuels you and where you want to put your energy and where you get your energy from.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a meaningful gift, right? Like you can give someone a physical gift, but and that's great. But if you can give someone the gift of joy and understand their joy and then help them amplify it throughout the year, that's the gift, to be corny, that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about your Spark Start cards also, because as you said, this is kind of a way to dig in, to learn about yourself and to learn about your friends without the purpose guide. And I did this with some friends. We thought we were going to go through a bunch of cards. We went through two in over an hour. We were talking about the two cards because the questions were so profound. So, for instance, this one is about bravery. There's many different topics. And it says, do you describe bravery as speaking up or taking a risk? How do you describe it?
I think speaking up.
Tell me more about that.
So the reason I started each card with that binary question is it's kind of like an icebreaker to start the conversation. So I'm one of those people, well, I'll probably say, well, both and. Right? And that's perfectly okay. I think that speaking up is putting a stake in the sand, and it's a very vulnerable thing to do. And I try to speak up. Sometimes I speak up and I'm wrong.
Then what do you do?
I update my opinion when I have information that shows me another way.
You're so wise. You're so wise. And then on the back, she has more questions. Things like, what does it mean to be brave? What does it feel like? What's something you've done that was scary but worth doing? Can you imagine pulling out these cards, have a few girlfriends over, or a few friends or couples over, glasses of wine, and going through cards like this? The conversations are so much deeper than, can you imagine what the economy's doing, or what my kid did, or what this guy said, or like so much deeper. How did you come up with these? There's so many.
And I already have the next 30 cards in my brain ready to go because purpose is so rich. Well, I came up with the cards because my mission, my personal mission, is to help as many people live in purpose as possible. One, because it makes life better. It gets people out of survival mode and helps them thrive. And it helps them thrive regardless of external circumstances. It gives you an inner scaffolding that helps you kind of stand up and put one foot in front of the other when, let's just be honest, life is uncertain. There's actually no such thing as certainty in life. So how do you keep going with purpose? but not everyone has the 6 hours to spend with me for a purpose equation or with one of the certified guides. Joy Fuel only takes an hour, but not everyone has time for that. And I want to share purpose because it improves health and wellness. So the cards are based on different components of the purpose equation, like strengths and values and personality traits. All of these things we all have. We all have them inside. They're all innate. And so it kind of pulls apart the equation and makes it accessible for you and your friends or your colleagues to be able to play together to get right to meaning. It kind of cuts through the BS and gets to questions that are meaningful. It's not therapy. You're not sharing your darkest secrets or your childhood traumas, but you are immediately I can't think of the right word. You're immediately pulled into the world of purpose, and it helps friends and family and even strangers. And we've also used this card for an intergenerational cafe.
I love that.
80-year-olds, 20-year-olds, finding out that even though we are different in so many ways, we're way more alike.
I know. I know. And we need to do more intergenerational work. We
It's
really do.
it has given me more hope, I think, than anything I've done this year is the intergenerational work that I've been doing.
Yeah. It's very powerful. And so if people wanted to get some of these Spark Start cards, how would they get that?
They can go to my website, thepurposeequation.com. And
Okay.
just for your show, Wendy, I added a button right at the top of the homepage that says
Yay!
Spark Start. So you can click on that and it will take you to the Spark Start page on my website where you can watch videos of people who have played. There's a video about the intergenerational cafe that we did with Life Planning Network and Temple University. So you can watch that and see what the results are. There's some sample cards. And then I know it's a little bit low tech. I'm getting there. But there's a link you can click on to order, and it will bring you to a Google form. Just give me your basic information, and I'll ship you a deck.
Yeah, I'm going to offer too, if anybody is interested in doing some Spark Start conversations with me, drop me an email. We'll try and set up, I think it would be fun to set up a Zoom with some of the Hey Boomer audience, and let's do a Spark Start conversation because it's so much fun and so interesting, a great way to learn about people. So yeah, thank you for that.
Wendy, one more example of a Spark Start moment.
Okay.
And I've done this a couple times. We played the kindness card, and I've done this in corporate environments. So we all think we know what kindness is, and we think we know what it means to us. But I'm asking you, do you really know? Have you really thought about kindness? What does that look like in your life? What does it look like to you when someone else is being kind? We've played this game with like between 12 and 15 employees, either on a team or within a company. Every time I do it, every single person has a different definition of kindness. For some people, it means giving gifts. For some people, it means being present. For some people, it means spending time together. There's so many different definitions of it. And so we think we know each other,
Mm-hmm.
but imagine what it would be like when you know what kindness means for your girlfriend. It's kind of like the love languages,
It's like the love languages.
right?
That's what it
Like,
sounded like.
if you want to be kind to me, know what kindness means to me. It could be
Right.
similar, it could be different than what it means to you. And that also enriches relationships.
So where do you see yourself taking the purpose equation and the work that you're doing?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't be where I am right now without amazing purpose teachers who have come into my life. I mean, I'm so brimming with gratitude. I wrote some of their names down. The first residents that I met in an assisted living community when I was volunteering in my early 20s, because I was thinking, oh, I don't know what I want to do with my life, but a friend of a friend of a friend got me this volunteer job. So I want to thank Annette, Florence, Irving, Evie, Lydia, Francis, my first mentor, Janet Posen, for exposing me to the power of purpose and what it looks like in daily life. And then what do I want to do with that? I want to keep sharing purpose. I want to keep spreading it. I have all these different ways that people can engage with purpose. They can play the cards. You don't need me for that. Go play the cards. I want to partner with more senior living communities to give them programming and engagement content that helps employees and residents discover and engage and celebrate purpose. I want to do consulting with senior living communities to help them build out that purpose infrastructure. Because what I don't want to happen is for individuals to start to discover and live in their purpose, but then not be surrounded by an environment that helps that to flourish.
Mhm.
And I'm also going to start a membership program in early 2023. So there's two types of membership. One is the Purpose Collab, and that's where I'm
Okay.
inviting organizations, particularly senior living organizations and universities, to join the Purpose Collab. And in that, they will get access to the content and programming that I'm creating. I will consult with them to help them build out that purpose environment or infrastructure, and they'll get to collaborate with each other. And I'm hoping that we're going to spark many, many more intergenerational collaborations. And then for individuals, and this might be interesting for your listeners, I'm going to start an Explorer Purpose membership where individuals will get access to these purpose programs and content that I'm creating. And then monthly, I'm going to host purpose mixers
Oh,
to help people come together in community around purpose so that it can
yeah.
flourish and be amplified even more.
Perfect, perfect. So a couple of comments here. Martha is shared a name of a place in Florida that you should connect with. So Martha, if you can give us a little more contact information, that would be helpful. You can email that to us. And then Dolores has been facing a very difficult situation health-wise, feeling,
Mm.
um, support's not there for her, and she's feeling stuck. So she's wondering what she can do. Do you have any, like, guides for her?
Yes. Think about what you could look forward to tomorrow. A little thing that will give you a sense of joy, a little activity you can do that makes you lose track of time and track of yourself, and put it on your calendar and do it tomorrow. And don't base it on a specific activity that you've done in the past. Think about something that's accessible for you right now and spend 10 minutes at least doing that activity. And it could be something simple, like if you have pets, spend intentional time with your pets and play with them, or go outside and enjoy nature for 10 minutes. It's called a nature bath, or listen to your favorite music and dance or tap your toe. Everything that I'm describing here is joy. And I hear you when you say that you're in a tough time right now, and it's hard to feel like even the word joy. For some people, when they're not feeling good, the word joy sounds almost offensive. Like, Anna, how can you talk to me about joy? I just told you that I'm having a hard time. What I'm here to tell you is that joy, the power of joy, is that it can exist in the midst of suffering and grief and pain. And if you can give your mind, body, and spirit a 10-minute respite in something that makes you smile, something that makes you lose track of time and self, that's going to energize you so that you can keep putting one foot in front of the other.
A 10-minute joy bath,
Yeah. Yes.
right? Like, you could even take a bath with candle and, some soft music and just be there in that. Yeah,
If
love
you're
it.
waking up every day and you don't feel like you have something to look forward to, and it can be a little thing, start there. And if you do that for a few days in a row, You're giving yourself joy and you're building your resilience, and then you can start thinking about, how do I give and get meaning? But what I love about the human spirit is we are naturally resilient. One dose of joy fuels purpose 10 times more. So start with joy.
Start with joy.
Yeah.
So you've shared so much, Anna, and we could probably talk for another hour or so.
I think so.
I know. I really do love you. You're amazing.
I love you back, and I love your joy. I'm
Oh, thank you.
so happy for you, Wendy, that you have already taken action.
I did. I took my first step.
Yes,
I know.
yes.
I'm
And for
excited
you,
about it.
remember your environment, because you're so inspired and fueled by sensory engagement. Just remember that, and that's a way for you to get joy. It's not even something you're doing. It's taking time to surround yourself with an environment that activates your joy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be my work to go into 2023. Thank you for that. Let me ask you if there's any like one or two overarching ideas that you want to share with the audience before we end this amazing show on purpose and joy.
Well, I think I'll reiterate what I've already said because I'm so obsessed with it, because there's evidence for this. Purpose is not a nice to have. Humans need to have a sense of meaning in order to keep going. And if you want to make the best of your time in this world, because time is short, it goes fast. And the older you get, the faster it goes. Figure out what your purpose is and start by asking yourself, how do I like to help people? A lot of people will say, oh, my purpose is to help people. And I say, that's like the broad definition of purpose. It's giving and getting meaning. But how do you like to help people? Is it through relationships? Is it through planning or organizing? Is it through the special way that you communicate? Is it through intuition? Like, the list is endless. Dig deeper into how you help people. And then second, every single human has purpose inside innately. So please think beyond your job or your job title or your role as a mother or a spouse, and think beyond goals that you've set that you think you need to reach in order to be purposeful, because all of those are outputs of your purpose. Purpose is with you and accessible and there for you every single day. And if you focus on that, you can then apply it to infinite jobs, infinite roles, infinite goals. So if you're thinking about retiring or you're retired, think back to that job that you did love or that you're missing and think, well, what about it did I love?
Yeah.
And then take the essence of that and apply it to life today. So purpose is not a goal or a role. We all have it inside, and it really, really does help our health, our wellness, our outlook, our mindset, and helps us live longer and better.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. It's amazing. If you want to reach Anna directly, you can email her at anna@thepurposeequation.com. And Martha asked about how to get the cards. You can go to thepurposeequation.com. It's right there on the homepage to get the Spark Start cards. Martha, get them. They are so cool, so much fun, so insightful. I have so many more to go through because I said it took us so long just to get through a few of them. It was wonderful. All right, so let me suggest to our listeners that to hear more shows like this and to hear more about what we're doing on Hey Boomer, that you ask your friends to subscribe to the email list. And you can do that by going to bit.ly/heyboomer-subscribe. I, like Anna, am on a mission to reach as many people as possible to help them live meaningful, purposeful lives in this next act. So ask your friends, encourage your friends to subscribe to the Hey Boomer email list. Also, check out the travel opportunities on Road Scholar. You can do that at roadscholar.org/heyboomer. Let's engage with our sponsor so that they keep sponsoring us. It's very important that we support the sponsors of Hey Boomer. So next week is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And well, actually, this week is Thanksgiving, but next week, I expect people are traveling, whatever. So I will not.
Wendy's going to be joy fueling. She will not be available for her podcast next week.
That's right. I will not be doing a show next week. So I will be back on Monday, December the 5th. Thank you, my dear Anna. I will be working on my joy fuel. So on Monday, December 5th, I'm going to be speaking with Jeanette Liardi. Jeanette's a social gerontologist and an aging wellness leader. You know who she is?
Oh, I know her. I follow her work. I think what she's doing is incredible. I will definitely be listening.
Yeah, she's amazing. And with her, we're going to be talking about advocating for yourself and your loved ones around healthcare, which, a lot of us think, well, the doctor said it. That's what we do. And yeah, we also need to advocate for ourselves and our loved ones, particularly. So thank you, Anna.
Wendy, I have been following you and admiring you. And thank you so much, first, for making purpose a priority and for highlighting it through your work and all that you do. And second, for having me on. Thank you. An honor.
We're going to have you back. So I want to leave you all with the belief that you can live with passion, you can live with relevance, and you can live with courage. And I want to modify my last line. I always say, we're never too old to live another goal or dream a new dream. But I want to say we are never too old or too young, right? We have to start engaging with the younger generation. And I'm going to do more of that in the next season in 2023. So thank you all for joining us. This has been Hey Boomer, and my name is Wendy Green. See you after Thanksgiving.